appearing suddenly in the sky. It plunged into Earth's atmosphere at a terrifying speed and lit up the sky brighter than the sun during the day. Each year, about 55 tons of meteorites fall to Earth, though only a few survive after intense friction with the air at high speeds and eventually land on the ground, in rivers, lakes, or oceans. But that moment is enough to overwhelm the lucky witnesses. And here are some incredible meteor shower events captured on camera that will amaze you. The largest terrifying meteor explosion in the past 100 years. Occurring around 9 a.m. on February 15, 2013, a meteor explosion over Yavins was the most frightening event in the past 100 years. According to footage captured by cameras, as it flew into Earth's atmosphere, the meteor turned into a fireball. Traveling at a speed of 54,000 kilometers per hour, nearly 44 times the speed of sound. It crossed the sky over the Ural region in southern Russia, then exploded with blinding light at an altitude of 15 to 25 kilometers above the ground in the area above Yavins. The meteor's flight path made a 20-degree angle with the ground. According to NASA estimates, the meteor had a diameter of 17 meters, weight 7,700 to 10,000 tons, releasing energy equivalent to 500 kilotons of TNT explosive, equivalent to the destructive power of 20 to 25 atomic bombs dropped by the US on Japan. Witnesses are still terrified when describing the horrifying scene they just experienced. Suddenly, the sky lit up not like when lights are turned on, but as if everything was illuminated by an unusual white light. Another witness compared the explosion sound to that of a ship falling from the sky. The shockwave from the explosion caused thousands of residents in the area to be injured by flying glass. Authorities reported that over 3,700 building structures were damaged, including 700 schools, over 200 hospitals, and social welfare buildings with broken windows. The pressure from the explosion was so immense that 11 out of 45 infrasound monitoring stations of the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty Organization detected it. What's remarkable is that before this meteor struck Earth, no warnings were issued. This raises concerns about the threat from wandering asteroids in space. Mysterious blue fireball illuminates the Australian night sky. Around 1 in the morning, miners working in the Pinpara area saw a strange object turning the clouds blue according to local time. The glow lasted so long that many people could record the scene with their phone cameras. At first, many confused residents thought they were debris from a spacecraft. However, experts said this object was likely a fireball, meaning a very bright meteor falling through Earth's atmosphere. The green color of the fireball revealed the object is mainly composed of iron, like cosmic rocks containing iron that attack Earth daily. However, this fireball seemed to just glide across the sky, leading many to speculate it was man-made. According to NASA, to be called a fireball, it must meet certain criteria. When small rocks fly into Earth's atmosphere, or other planets like Mars, at high speeds and burn up, they are called meteors. We can also infer it as a shooting star. Sometimes shooting stars appear brighter than Venus, which is when we call them fireballs. Giant fireball crashes into a small village in China. A mysterious fireball suddenly descended from the sky into a small village in southern China, stunning many residents. Footage recorded by a local shows the unidentified object descending at a dizzying speed. Shortly after, it exploded into a fireball that lit up the entire sky before disappearing behind a mountain range. Other short videos of this incredible sight were also shared by witnesses on Chinese social media. Witnesses reported hearing a loud explosion and seeing the strange sight with their own eyes. In a Weibo clip, a social media user said he was a passenger on a domestic flight from Xi'an to Lhasa and accidentally saw the moment the fireball flew in the shadow. A local resident said he witnessed the fireball crashing down while taking his child to school. At first, it was very small, but after about 3 minutes, it became very large and dazzlingly bright. Local authorities reported that fortunately, there were no casualties after the strange incident. They believe it was likely a very bright meteor. Green meteor streaks across the Turkish sky, making many think it's a UFO. A green meteor fell on the mountain with a loud explosion, causing many to mistake it for a satellite or UFO crashing to the ground. In videos recorded by witnesses, the flying object shot past the city of Izmir, Turkey, before disappearing from sight with a dazzling flash. The meteor was covered by a brilliant green glowing halo. The image of a meteor falling was widely shared on social media, leading to speculation that it was space junk, satellite debris, or even a UFO crashing to Earth. Many residents in the area heard a loud explosion, possibly due to the meteor exploding in the atmosphere or colliding with the ground. Dr. Hassan Ali Dan, an astrophysics professor at Istanbul University Observatory, provided a more plausible explanation. He stated that this was a fireball occurring when the meteor burned up in the atmosphere. Meteors usually burn up in the upper atmosphere. We should view it as a more unique version of a meteor shower phenomenon. Currently, Earth is experiencing a Perseid meteor shower, which occurs annually in July and August. They burn up in the atmosphere, and almost no debris reaches the ground. The Perseid meteor shower peaks with about 50 meteors appearing per hour. The green glow of the meteor in Izmir is likely due to the object containing a large amount of nickel. It fell through the atmosphere as Earth passed through the remaining debris of Comet Swift-Tuttle. This type of meteor travels at a speed of about 214,365 km per hour. A meteor at 29,000 km per hour lit up the night sky. An amateur photographer was fortunate to capture the divine moment with a camera as a meteor streaked rapidly across several US states, causing the sky to brighten as if it were daytime. Jordan Rigsdale recorded these images from his home in Idaho City, Idaho. In the video, as it descended behind a cloud, it suddenly flared up, turning the sky from night to day for about a second. The camera system at the Montana Research Center also captured the moment the meteor flew over the state sky. The system can determine the meteor's flight path in the atmosphere, estimating its speed, power, mass, and trajectory before impact with Earth. The meteor flew at a velocity of about 29,000 km per hour and may be large enough for some fragments to fall to the ground. Dear friends, the discovery of meteors falling to Earth, especially events like the 2013 Chelyabinsk meteor explosion, raises concerns about similar explosions from large-sized meteors that could threaten life on Earth. There are many meteors flying in space. These meteors are considered near-Earth objects when they're within 1.3 astronomical units of the Sun, equivalent to about 195 million kilometers. These near-Earth objects become dangerous when, during their motion, they change orbit and their trajectories tend to intersect Earth's orbit, leading to potential collisions with Earth in the future. Large-sized meteors are less dangerous than small-sized ones because they are subject to greater gravitational forces in space. To date, NASA scientists have detected 95% of mountain-sized meteors and asteroids flying near Earth, and they do not threaten our planet in the near future. However, current meteor detection technology cannot detect small-sized meteors. NASA estimates there are over 1 million meteors and asteroids wandering near Earth, and about 4,700 meteors with diameters under 100 meters are flying near Earth. But scientists have detected less than 30% of these meteors. If they hit our planet, each large-sized meteor could destroy all life across an area the size of a US state. NASA experts have detected less than 1% of meteors with diameters smaller than 40 meters. Earth-based telescopes struggle to detect small-sized meteors due to their small size and high speed. Telescopes also cannot detect small meteors falling to Earth during the day. According to NASA, Earth's atmosphere protects us from most small meteor fragments the size of sand grains or peas. The shooting stars observed in the night sky are evidence that these small meteor fragments are burned up in the atmosphere. In reality, meteor fragments with diameters of about 10 meters are almost completely destroyed, and only a few unburned remnants of them fall to the ground. But meteors larger than 10 meters in size are a real cause for concern. The 1908 event in Tunguska involved a stony meteor of the under 100 meters height. The famous meteor crater in northern Arizona has a diameter of about 1,219 meters and is 183 meters deep. Created 50,000 years ago by a nickel-iron meteor about 60 meters in diameter. It could survive almost intact until hitting the ground. Being crushed to powder and vaporizing most of its energy when its kinetic energy could cause an explosion equivalent to 15 million tons of TNT. Such meteor falls occur once or twice every 1,000 years. Larger falls are inferred through mineral and rock studies. Greater Reyes in Bavaria is a large impact basin approximately 25 kilometers wide with the city of North Wien at its center. 15 million years ago, a wandering asteroid 1,500 meters in size crashed into Earth and detected over 1 trillion tons of material, scattering it across Europe. Such explosions occur about once every million years. Large meteor explosions in populated areas would be catastrophic, but not enough to destroy civilization. However, an impact from an asteroid larger than 1 to 2 kilometers could degrade the global climate, leading to widespread crop failures and loss of life. Such global environmental disasters would affect the entire Earth's population and occur several times every million years. Meteors larger than 5 kilometers are sufficient to cause mass extinction. There are also asteroids ranging in size from 1 to 10 kilometers. 15 of these asteroids have short orbits and cross Earth's orbit, along with an unknown number with long orbits. Short-orbit asteroids are currently not approaching Earth but will become dangerous after approaching Jupiter. Starting in the 1980s and 1990s, astronomers used telescopes to search for potentially deadly meteors. NASA's telescopes are currently mainly located in the southwestern United States and Hawaii. COFUND has discovered over 95% of near-Earth objects humanity has recorded to date. American scientists have strongly advocated for government investment in building a powerful telescope capable of orbiting the Sun and from there observing deep into the solar system to detect large asteroids. They also proposed various methods to deal with meteors. These methods fall into two main categories: deflecting or destroying the meteor. Most scientists believe the best measure to deal with a meteor is to deflect its course. Destroying a meteor into small pieces is not always effective, as fragments hitting Earth at high speeds can still cause significant destructive power. In 2022, NASA conducted the Double Asteroid Redirection Test Mission. They used the DAT spacecraft to crash into the Moon Dimorphos at a speed of 6.6 kilometers per second. The success of the DAT mission will help scientists understand limitations in intercepting when an asteroid hits Earth and plan improvements for subsequent missions. This proves we are no longer helpless in preventing threats from cosmic objects. Another potential measure is the gravity tractor. If a meteor heading toward Earth is detected early, a probe is launched to fly alongside it. The probe and the meteor, flying parallel, will attract each other, and as a result, over several months or years, the meteor will change its orbit to avoid collision with Earth. This method has been used before. In 2005, Japan's Hayabusa probe ejected some fragments from asteroid Itokawa and sent samples back to Earth. We can also utilize solar energy to deal with meteors. A fleet of mini spacecraft carrying large mirrors is launched and approaches the dangerous meteor. The mirrors are tasked with reflecting sunlight onto a specific point on the meteor. Gradually, the increasing heat will vaporize some substances on the meteor's surface and create a gas stream pushing it away from its original orbit. This method requires spacecraft to be equipped with giant lens systems and magnifying glasses near Earth. Moreover, the spacecraft must be launched precisely toward the Sun to be effective. Recently, a new type of robot named Markman powered by nuclear energy has also been researched. The robot carries a rock drill, functioning to blast drilled rock fragments from the meteor and launch them into space. The reaction force acts in the opposite direction on the robot and the meteor, causing the meteor to gradually change direction. It is expected that the Markman robot weighs 1 ton and is 11 meters tall, launched onto the meteor by rocket. The rock drill's operating efficiency is less per minute. Designers say multiple robots on the meteor are needed to deflect the heavy meteor. The project is strongly supported by NASA's Meteor Research Institute. But scientists will have to conduct more research due to the years-long rock-breaking process requiring high precision and technology. Additionally, it is necessary to build a nuclear power station in space to provide energy for robots. With advanced technology and the research efforts of scientists, we hope the threat from asteroids will increasingly diminish, making our planet safer.